Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Hallelujah.
Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Elohim of Israel.
That's right.
Shabbat shalom to those who are on Facebook and YouTube. Glad to hear y'all. We're going to deal with a lesson. We know we up on our feast days. We in the beginning of months. We were so commanded to have a feast, and we're going to go over that today. The title of the lesson is Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover. We're going to deal with part one, the ordinance. And we're going to deal with the ordinance first, and then part two, most high willing, next Friday, we'll deal with the spiritual. So we're going to start this lesson now. We're going to go right into it because we got a few scriptures we need to get through. Once again, if anyone needs to use the restroom, hey, go to the back. Let's make sure all the phones and everything is turned off. If y'all have to step out, if you need to talk or whatever, just step out. So, you know, because people online, they need to listen as well as their brothers and sisters in the class. So with that being said, we're going to start this off in Exodus chapter 12. We're going to start off in Exodus chapter 12. Because, you know, a lot of people don't realize that when they start seeing these holy feast days and everything, we never was taught that growing up. We were taught Christmas, Easter, all that other stuff, right? Till we found out who we were according to the scriptures, according to this Bible. We found out we were the true Israelites that this Bible speaks of. Then we knew who this everything in this Bible was talking about and who was commanded to do what. And this part of it, we were commanded to keep these holy feast days. So we're going to dive right into it. Exodus chapter 12, we're going to read verses 1 through 23. When you get to my brother, go ahead and read.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe and Aaron, saying, in the land of Mitzrayim, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Right.
It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Okay, we're gonna find out who this lamb is, okay? But go ahead and read.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him add his neighbor next unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb.
Yes, sir.
Your lamb shall be without blemish.
Without what?
Without blemish.
Yes, sir.
A male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat.
Could be a female. It had to be a male of the first year of the sheep or the goat. Go ahead and read, bro.
And you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month.
Up to the 14th day, not the 13th day, not the 12th day, the 14th day. Go ahead and read.
The whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
Hey, this pointing to a spiritual side. We're going to look at that. But go ahead and read.
They shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it.
Now, why would he have you to put blood on top of the mantle and side post? on your house. It has a spiritual side to that, but we're gonna deal with the ordinance right now. But go ahead and read, brother.
They shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it.
Go ahead.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire.
Yes, sir.
His head with his leg, and with the purchase thereof.
Because he said you gotta roast this lamb with fire.
Come on now.
Because when Christ was on that cross tree, whatever you want to call it, he was out there in that sun baking. You understand what I'm saying? But go ahead and read.
And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
Yes, sir.
And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand.
Yes, sir.
And ye shall eat it in haste. It is your hour's Passover.
Because you know what? And this right here was part of the ordinance back then. And a lot of people still try to do the same thing, but it's a spiritual side of this whole thing. That's the one we supposed to be dealing with.
Come on now.
Okay? A lot of folks say, well, we got to eat it in haste, whatever. Where you going to run to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to do run there, eat your food, and run out the door. Where you going? But there's a spiritual meaning to it. But go ahead, brother. Where are we?
We're in 12.
Go ahead and read.
For I will pass through the land of Mitzrayim this night.
Yes, sir.
And I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim.
Yeah.
Both man and beast.
And
against the elves of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh.
Hey, and this is going to happen again on a big, to the four corners of the earth. If you don't have this blood, if you're not under this blood, but go ahead and read.
And the blood shall be to you for a token.
Yes, sir.
Upon the houses whereof ye are, where ye are. And when I see the blood,
yes, sir,
I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mitzrayim.
So what house are you really talking about, people?
Come on now.
This house right here.
That's right.
That's the one that you need to get this blood, and you need to come under the blood of Christ, right? He said, this will be a token upon your house. That's a spiritual thing, people. That's why we keep telling you got to get that baptism. And you got to keep them law, statutes, and commandments, brothers and sisters. But go ahead and read.
14.
Read.
And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. And you shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generation.
No, not out your generation.
Throughout your generation.
You got to do it in the land.
Throughout your generation.
Go ahead.
You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
He said forever. An ordinance forever. But go ahead and read.
7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread.
Not 8 days, 7 days.
7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread.
Yes, sir.
Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that nefesh shall be cut off.
Hold on for a minute. He said, man, if you eat leavened bread, we don't look at it on the spiritual side, but they had an ordinance you didn't supposed to eat it, right?
That's right.
He said that's all gonna be cut off, right? But anyway, I'm jumping my lesson. Go ahead and read, brother.
And in the first day there shall be an holy convocation. And on the first day there shall be an holy convocation.
Yes, sir.
And in the 7th day,
yes, sir,
not the 8th day,
no,
there shall be an holy convocation unto you. To you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat.
So if you're going to do any work, you got to, what kind of work? You got to cook for the feast, right? But go ahead.
That only may be done of you.
Go ahead.
And you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this self same day I have brought your armies out of the land of Mitzrayim. Therefore ye shall observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever.
Yes, sir. In
the first month, on the 14th day of the month at eve.
So on the 14th day of the month at eve, what is that?
Come on now, talk to him.
It's just like Friday in the evening goes into what? The 7th day. So the 14th day at evening going into the 15th day, which is the first day of unleavened bread.
Thank you, brother.
We'll go ahead and read.
Ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at eve.
So we're gonna eat unleavened bread from the 15th day, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21 evening. End of the 21st day, we completed 7 days eating unleavened bread.
That's right.
See, we was in there back in the day when we used to eat unleavened bread on one day and then take a break for eating unleavened bread and ate 7 more days. That was in there.
You know?
But all praise to the Most High, He delivered us from that and
That's
gave
right.
us the knowledge. Say, hey, they doing it wrong. But anyway, where are we, brother?
We at 19, my brother.
Go ahead.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your house. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that nefesh, or that soul, shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel.
Hey, they're leavening. And this is not a leavening, bunch of leavening out there telling you can eat 8 days of unleavened bread.
Sure live, bro. Sure live.
There's a leavening bread out there telling you you could do certain things. You can keep these, you could do the holy feast day, but you could do the silver holidays too.
They sure tell them.
And there's not leavening bread. I mean, the leavening bread that
That's
you
right,
eat,
bro.
and then you start doing these things.
That's right, bro.
That's some other leavening out there. Go out there and take that poison in your arm.
Yeah,
sure and there's not some leavening? Huh? Go ahead and read.
Whether he be a stranger or born in the land, ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread. Then Moshe called for the elders of Israel, all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. So
Moses went to the elders of everybody, right? All the elders together. Light ought to come on. Did Moses break protocol?
Nope.
Leavening tell you, Jungle 11 tell you, you can break protocol.
Yep.
See, what they did was they put the woman on top of the man. She above the man. That's out of order. That's leavening, people. Something to think about, but go ahead and read.
22. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin.
So what does the hyssop do?
Purge it out, clean it out, brother.
That's right.
And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning. For Yahweh will pass through and smite the land of the Egyptians. And when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the side post, Yahweh will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you.
Hey, that's why it's so important you get this blood. Come up under this blood, right? So in the end time, when we start dealing with the feast day and tabernacles at the end time, when he starts seeing this blood or seeing that you being sealed, hey, the angels won't come and whack you out.
That's right, brother.
You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, we deal with that in part 2. Let's go to the second place. Let's go to Exodus chapter 13. Flip on over to Exodus 13. We'll read a couple of verses in there. So everything we do, we can find it. We can read it in this book.
That's right.
See, like I was telling Brother Mike and some other brothers, I said, man, I'm so tired of being on defense. I'm on offense now. Prove to us what we doing. Like people always say, we in the cult. Prove to us we in the cult.
Right.
Go through this Bible and open this book up and prove that we in the cult. Everything we do, go ahead and prove that's not in here. It's in the book. Exodus chapter 13, we'll read verses 6 through 7. What does it say, my brother?
7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and in the 7th day shall be a feast unto your house.
That's right.
Unleavened bread shall be eaten 7 days, and there shall no leavened bread be seen with thee, neither shall there be leaven seen with thee in all thy quarters.
That's it. That's all I want to read. I want to just touch on that. We just confirming that unleavened bread is 7 days. And we confirm another thing. He said you shouldn't have any leavening
in your quarters.
In your quarters.
You can't take it out the house and just put it in the shed, because that's part of your quarters.
Right. I just bought that bread. No,
yeah, like you know what? To me, it's like you try to go hide, like Joe was hiding Easter eggs. You're gonna hide your bread and all that other stuff. And I know a lot of people don't get into the ordinance and everything and the spiritual thing and everything. But hey, what the book say? And we're gonna deal with the ordinances, right?
That's right.
We're gonna
brother.
deal with the spiritual part too. We're gonna put more emphasis on the spiritual part, because you can do all the ordinance all you want. You can go and do the physical stuff, but
Right.
spiritually, if you ain't there, hey,
That's right.
you ain't gonna make it.
That's right, Hebrew.
That's
right.
why we were doing the lessons on fruits of the spirit. Did lessons on the works of the flesh, thieves in the temple. What's the lesson, Brother Charles, dealing with? Hey, about your administrative work and what's for you. We always doing lessons on the mind. We got to get this thing right. And the reason we keep bringing these same lessons, dealing on the mind and everything, because after you go over these lessons, go through these books and read what's written in this book, people still operating the same. That's why I would say, hey, either you still connected to something that you shouldn't be a part of, or you don't believe what's written in this book, or both. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. This is our book. This is a Hebraic book.
That's right.
All right. Real black history.
That's right, Hebrew.
So when we go and we've been deceived from the devil so long, it's hard for people to believe this.
Mm-hmm.
You can show them, hey man, we the people of the book, break it down, show you if we prove everything, and they still don't believe it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm tired of being on defense. I'm on offense now. I'm asking questions now. Prove that we're not the Israelites.
That's right.
Prove to us if we're in the court. Prove it. If you're gonna say we're in the court, we're not the children of Israel, prove it. I got to prove that we are. You prove that we're not. Leviticus 23 and pick it up to verse 1. Go ahead, my brother.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation, even these are my feast.
These are holy convocations. He said holy. So that's a certain way we have to act.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, gather ourselves together, right? All that come as you are, that's Satan crap.
Mm-hmm.
Satan let you just be whatever you want to be. Just
Right.
come on.
Right.
But he said these are holy convocations. Go ahead and read.
6 days shall work be done,
Mm-hmm.
but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest
Mm-hmm.
and holy convocation.
Hold on for a minute. You mean every Sabbath day on the Sabbath is a holy convocation? It's a feast?
Come on now.
It's a feast day every 7 days, people. But go ahead.
You shall do no work therein.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Shabbat of Yahweh in all your dwellings.
Yes, sir.
These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocation,
Mm-hmm.
which ye shall proclaim, which ye shall shout to the rooftop,
Yes, sir.
which ye shall demonstrate in all your dwellings,
Yes, sir.
which you shall do in their seat.
Yes, sir. Now, these are the high days. We got regular Sabbath and we got high Sabbath, right?
Right.
Let's go ahead and read it.
In the 14th day of the first month at eve
Mm-hmm.
is Yahweh's Passover.
So, like I said, on the 14th day at evening, that's going into what? That's
right.
a Passover.
Come on now.
But go ahead and read.
On the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
Go ahead.
In the first day ye shall have a holy convocation.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
So on the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, we're going to have a holy convocation, and then we're going to close it out on the 7th day. And on the first day of Unleavened Bread, that's when they ate the Passover lamb. That's why the Passover lamb had to be killed and roasted with fire on the 14th day in the evening.
That's right.
You eat unleavened bread on the 14th day of what? In the evening, them the same days. Going into what? The 15th day.
Come on, bro.
So when you kill the Passover in the evening and you have the unleavened bread, you eat it in the evening, that's going into the 15th day. Think about it. That's the 15th day, people. Let's move a little farther. Let's go to Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Let's look up something. We're gonna go to Unleavened Bible Dictionary. We're gonna look up the word feast.
Mm.
Are we just trying to prove a point? We share this with the family. Share this with y'all. Can y'all see that? Blow it up a little bit more for somebody. All right. I know y'all can see
A
that.
little bit more.
All right.
One more time.
Unleavened. Let's go ahead and read it, my brother. This is from Unleavened Bible Dictionary, page 173.
All right.
Mm.
Feasts
Yes, sir.
were the sacred festivals. I'm going to stress that word festivals, not gloom days.
That's right.
Festivals. Festive. Festivity.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it in.
That's right.
That's right. Were the sacred festivals of Judaism, which were occasions of public worship. Public worship. I'm going to stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
Public worship.
I ain't in no.
I'm gonna leave the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. There were 7 in all. Pesach, sweet bread, was established before giving of the law to celebrate the exodus from Egypt.
See, now it said Passover or Feast of Unleavened Bread. We're going to read it in the Apocrypha, call it sweet bread, all of them the same.
Mm-hmm.
You can either call it Passover week, or you could call it the week of Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's 7 days.
Or the week of sweet bread.
Or the week of sweet bread. 7 days. Same thing, but go ahead, bro.
Was established before giving of the law to celebrate the exodus from Mitzrayim. It began on the 14th day of Nisan and continued for a week.
Yes,
Leviticus 23, 5-8.
Mm-hmm.
Attendance was required
Uh-oh.
of all males, Deuteronomy 16:16.
And we will read that. And I want to add that in there, the Feast of Pentecost or the Feast of Weeks.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Pentecost, okay.
Yes, sir. So it's called either or. So when people start reading unleavened bread is not Passover. You tell them that Passover for a week, it messed them up.
Right.
Passover and unleavened bread, same thing, people. We just reading it right here. We're gonna show it again because we're gonna find out Passover and unleavened bread one and the same. Because he said males got to appear what?
Can I read that?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna read Deuteronomy 16:16.
Oh, I got it right here.
Oh, you already got it in there. Oh, well,
yes, sir.
I'm dumb. My bad.
That's right. We
I just want to make sure the brothers heard that.
Oh, we're gonna read that. They're gonna make it plain and say
What about the Nissan?
Nissan or Abib.
Both names, either one are we don't have Abib written.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Babylonian name.
What if I thought the first month was January?
That's a whole nother lesson, bro.
Oh, okay.
Well, you used to think January was the first of the year.
So if I
Remember we came out of.
I'm thinking
But he,
January 14th.
no, because he said first month Abib. So you can't think that's January because he said Abib.
Gotta be January.
Abib.
Hey, we forget where we come from, right?
Yeah.
Remember we used to be into all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we already know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
We know across this video.
Yes, sir. I understand what you're saying.
That's right.
Let's go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel one spot. Ezekiel 45 and 21. We're just dealing with the ordinances, people. Most High willing, next Friday we'll deal in the spiritual part. Because it's just too much for us to eat. And I didn't want to make a long lesson because I know y'all over there on swole. Y'all go to sleep on the brother. Now y'all want to go sleep on the brother. Y'all go sleep on the Lord. Ezekiel 45, 1 verse 21. What did it say?
In the first month, in the 14th day of the month, ye shall have the Passover, a feast 7 days.
A Passover feast what?
Of 7 days.
Passover feast 7 days. Go ahead and read.
Unleavened bread shall be eaten.
Same thing, people.
Same thing, brother.
Let's prove it again. Let's go to Deuteronomy 16. Oh, you got some people saying, now Passover is separate from unleavened bread. Yeah, if you do 8 days, it will. You know what I'm saying? If I had leavening in my feast, I have it 8 days. Deuteronomy 16 and we're gonna read verses 1 through 8, and then we're gonna skip. When you get it, Brother Terrence, go ahead and read.
Observe, keep, guard, protect, have charge. Shema Israel, the month of Abib.
That's right.
And keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy Elohim. For in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy power brought thee forth out of Mitzrayim by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto Yahweh thy Elohim of the flock and the herd in the place which Yahweh shall choose to place his name there.
See, a lot of people say, well, see, that's where his name is placed in Jerusalem. Last time I checked, he sent his children to the 4 corners of the earth.
Right.
Are we not Israel?
That's right.
And that's not one of his names.
That's right.
So we scattered to the 4 corners of the earth, right?
That's right.
And we read in the ordinances that we supposed to keep this thing forever.
That's right.
Out throughout our generation, right?
Come on, brother.
Go ahead and read.
Thou shalt eat no unleavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread therewith, even the bread of affliction.
That's right.
For thou camest out of the land of Mitzrayim in haste. That thou mayest remember the day when thou camest forth out of the land of Egypt, all the days of thy life. And there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coasts 7 days. Neither shall there anything of flesh which thou sacrifices the first day at eve and remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Let's skip down to no, go ahead, continue to read.
All right.
Sorry about that.
But at the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose to place his name in, there thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at eve.
At evening, they keep telling you sacrifice the Passover in the evening. So go ahead and read.
At the going down of the sun.
There it is. We know what the evening is, right? Okay, go ahead.
At the season that thou camest forth out of Mitzrayim, and thou shalt roast it in the place which Yahweh thy power shall choose, and thou shalt turn in the morning and go unto thy tent.
Yes, sir.
6 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread.
Hold on for a minute. I thought he told you to eat unleavened bread 7 days. So where the other day go? Passover. First day of what? Unleavened bread, ain't it? So go ahead and read.
6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread. And on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly unto Yahweh thy power. Thou shalt do no work therein.
That's right. Skip down to verse 11.
And thou shalt rejoice. Festival. Thou shalt rejoice before Yahweh thy Elohim.
Who all got to be there?
Thou,
yeah,
and thy son.
My son got to show up.
Yes, sir. And thy daughter.
And he said all males got to be there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, see, somebody might get smart. I said, well, you know what? We ain't got to be there. He gonna lay it out to you. He said, now what?
And thy daughter.
Yeah.
And thy manservant. And thy maidservant.
Come on.
And the Levite that is within thy gates.
Yes, sir.
And the stranger. And the fatherless.
And who else?
And the widow.
Yes, sir.
That are among you.
Go ahead.
In the place which Yahweh thy power has chosen to place his name there.
Yes, sir. Skip down to 16. 16 and go ahead and read.
3 times in a year shall all inclusive, not one missing. You better get your butt up there.
Yes, sir. And hurry up.
And hurry up. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahweh thy power. In the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread.
Hold on for a minute. Where is Passover? Passover and unleavened bread. Same thing. Go ahead and read. That's what I'm trying to make. Like I said, you've been taught they were separate. No, they the same thing.
Come on, bro.
And it's 7 days, not 8 days. Go ahead and read.
And in the feast of weeks.
Yes, sir.
and in the Feast of Tabernacles,
Yes, sir.
and they shall not appear before the Lord empty.
Don't come up
All
short.
right, all right.
If you ain't done nothing all year long, these 3 feasts,
Yeah.
you better bring something.
You better have some in your hand.
Come up short.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Well, y'all ain't know who y'all messing with, did you?
Mm.
Y'all thought y'all was dealing with the heathen Jesus?
No.
Don't y'all thought y'all fooling with, did you?
Mm-mm.
They still in the back of your mind, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yep.
I'm talking to the men.
Oh, Lord.
Huh? Y'all get quiet, ain't you?
Mhm.
That fool got you sleeping?
Me.
Huh?
Fingernails.
Let's move a little farther. I ain't gonna beat you up. Let's go to Exodus,
Mhm.
the 23rd chapter. We're gonna read a few verses there. Go back to Exodus, the 23rd chapter. We're just establishing something, dealing with the ordinances. Then we're gonna get in a few examples. Then y'all go back to the festivities over there. How they put the food up?
Yeah, well, we got some deviled eggs over there.
Hard and tight.
Well, y'all don't be playing, ain't it? If that were- I can need T-Book get a little louder. Y'all get a little quiet up in here.
I can get louder now.
Oh, please.
Check everybody's cars. It's going up.
We won't be long. We got about another 10 more scripts.
Gee,
All right, y'all. Exodus 23rd chapter. Pick it up at 14. What did it say, my brother?
3 times in a year thou shalt keep a feast unto me
We just
in
want
a
to read.
year.
Yes, sir. We reading again. Go ahead.
Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days,
Mm-hmm.
as I commanded thee in the time appointed in the month Abib.
So this is commandment. The reason we reading this because I want to show you. He said, "I command you to do this." Not suggest. Not if you feel like it.
Mhm.
It's a commandment. We always talk about some commandments and everything. Hey, this is a commandment. Go ahead and read, bro.
For in it thou camest out from Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
and none shall appear before me empty.
He said, "Look, he come before us, and he said, for him, man." But go ahead and read.
And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labor,
Mm-hmm.
which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering,
Yes, sir.
which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field.
Yes, sir.
3 times in a year, all thy males shall appear before Yahweh thy power.
Yes, sir.
And thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread,
Mm-hmm.
neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain unto the morning.
Yes, sir. That's good right there. So I'm just showing them that, hey, this is a commandment. That's why we show up. Man, this thing's so serious to the Most High Yah and His Son Yeshua on the Shiach, man. We got to get this thing right. That's why the brothers put a lot of energy, the sisters put a lot of energy in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
We can't be slothful in His feast, right?
That's right, brother.
Let's go to Numbers 9. Numbers chapter 9. Numbers chapter 9, we're going to pick it up at verse 1.
Mm.
Now, we already know that, we have a Passover, right? We got a second Passover. A lot of people, well, I can't keep this Passover. I'm going to have to ain't going to be able to do it. I might have to go to work, whatever. These are the rules for the Passover. You hear me? Numbers chapter 9 and verse 1. What did it say?
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying,
Mm-hmm.
Let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
Mm-hmm.
In the 14th day of this month, at even,
Mm-hmm.
ye shall keep it in its appointed season, according to all the rites of it,
Mm-hmm.
and according to all of the ceremonies thereof.
Now we
shall
know
ye keep it.
That's right, because we know it's all lined up with Exodus and Deuteronomy, right? On the 14th day in the evening. Go ahead.
And Moses spake unto the children of Israel
Mm-hmm.
that they should keep the Passover And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai.
No, they kept it in Jerusalem.
In the wilderness
Go ahead.
of Sinai, according to all that the Lord, that's all that the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel.
So reason he going there because he said wherever he placed his name there, right? Are they in the wilderness? They Israel, right?
That's
So
right.
they're gonna keep the feast.
That's right.
So I don't let people tell me, hey man, we can't keep it in our enemy's land.
Come on, bro. Straight God.
No. You can't keep it in your enemy's land.
And they got myself.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Right, that's right, Hebrew.
I'm with the Most High and His Son Yeshua. I got to do it.
That's right.
So don't try to convince me not to do it. You make sure you don't do it.
Right.
But go ahead.
Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man,
Mm-hmm.
that they could not keep the Passover on that day.
Mm-hmm.
And they came before Moshe and before Aaron on that day.
Yes, sir.
And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man, wherefore are we kept back, that we may not offer an offering unto Yahweh in his appointed season among the children of Israel.
So these guys are unclean by a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know if you touch a dead body, how long you unclean?
7 days.
7 days. But go ahead and read.
And Moshe said unto them,
Mm-hmm.
stand still, and I will hear what Yahweh will command concerning you.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity be unclean by reason of a dead body,
Of a dead body.
or be in a journey afar off,
If you are somewhere out of town, you can't get to the place where you have to keep the Passover. Go ahead.
yet he shall keep the Passover unto Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
the 14th day of the second month.
Oh, so we got another Passover on the 14th day of the second month.
Mm.
Go ahead.
At even.
Oh, it's in the evening too, right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
They shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread
Yes, sir.
and bitter herbs.
Those your qualifiers right there. He ain't said while you at work,
Right.
because you ain't feel like it.
Right.
He said whether you be on a far journey or unclean by a dead body. Because we got people, we have firefighters, people working at funeral homes.
Mm.
You have people working for forensic, you know what I'm saying? Ambulance driver, whatever, hospital workers, they deal with these. Because I used to be unclean, depends on the situation we was in. And they couldn't keep it. And then if you're in a far journey or far off somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Huh? If you're in a far journey far off, well, who you gonna do it with? I'm just going by what's written right here. Or be in a journey afar off. He told us to gather our what, self to what?
Together.
He didn't tell us to do this thing by ourselves. We got a lot of people try to do it by themselves. And they're gonna find out at the end of the day, damn, I've done this thing wrong. I'm supposed to be, you gotta use yourselves together. Go ahead and read.
Verse 12.
Yes, sir.
They shall leave none of it until the morning, unto the morning,
Mm-hmm.
nor break any bone of it, according to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it.
Mm-hmm.
But the man that is clean and is not in a journey,
Mm-hmm.
and forbearing to keep the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got time for Passover today, man. I
There you
can't
go.
make time, man.
Mm-hmm.
You forbearing not to keep the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
Even that same nefesh shall be cut off from among his people,
Mm-hmm.
because he brought not the offering of Yahweh in his appointed season. That man shall bear his sin.
Mm-hmm.
And if a stranger shall sojourn among you,
Mm-hmm.
and will keep the Passover unto Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
according to the ordinance of the Passover,
Mm-hmm.
and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. He shall have one ordinance both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land.
So we gotta find out who these strangers. Like, let's say we know there's a people born in the land over there, right? Are we born in the land or are we strangers?
We strangers.
So we go back to the land.
That's right.
right.
That's why, we'll deal with that in part 2. Be a lot coming back to Jerusalem from all parts of the world. Keep the Passover. The Gentiles Paul was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because they spoke different languages and everything. That's why on the day of Pentecost, the Holy Spirit came up on. I know I'm going off, but I'm just using that. He started talking to them. They said, man, how we hear them, every man speaking our language where we were born? Because everybody spoke different languages. They weren't speaking the same language. So like if we were to go to Jerusalem today or an appointed season, all the Israelites from all over the world, we won't be able to communicate with them.
That's right.
And then we are strangers.
Yep.
We're not born in the land.
America.
Making sense now. So what is this book talking about?
Israel.
Same one they started out talking about.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move a little farther, y'all. Let's go look at an example, how they kept it. Let's go to Joshua chapter 5. We go to Joshua chapter 5. We don't have much longer. Y'all hang with us.
Mm-hmm.
Hang with us. Joshua chapter 5, we're going to read verses 1 through 15. Let's see how they kept. Let's see how Joshua kept that Passover. When you get a T-Boogie, go ahead and read.
And it came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that Yahweh had dried up the waters of the Jordan before the children of Israel, until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was their spirit in them anymore because of the children of Israel. And at that time, Yahweh said unto Joshua, make these sharp knives and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. And Joshua made him sharp knives and circumcised the children of Israel at the heel of the foreskin.
Why is he doing that? Because there's an ordinance involved
right.
in this right
That's
here.
right.
They got to go do something before they take this pass.
Come on now.
That was a painful pass.
Hey, man. It was painful when he went through there. Hey, you think about his Passover.
That's
how
right.
painful he was going through all the stuff he went through. Hey, man, let's start clicking, ain't it? But go ahead and read.
And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise all the people that came out of Mitzrayim that were males, even all the men of war died in the wilderness by the way after they came out of Egypt. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way as they came out of Mitzrayim, them they had not circumcised.
I wonder why. But go ahead and read.
For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness till all the people that were men of war, which came out of Mitzrayim, were consumed because they obeyed not the voice of Yahweh.
That's why they wasn't circumcised. Hey man, if you're not gonna obey, you ain't gonna do none of the stuff he tell you. So Joshua had to go back and circumcise he can. Hey man, is it not to this day that a lot of our brothers or sisters or whoever, they're not circumcised? There's a lot of churches not circumcised. Why? Because they don't obey what's written in the book, man. All right. But go ahead and read.
Unto whom Yahweh sware that he would not show them the land, which Yahweh sware unto their fathers that he would give us, a land that floweth with milk and honey. And their children whom he raised up in their stead, them Yehoshua were circumcised, but they were uncircumcised because they had not circumcised them by the way.
They do the job. They do what they supposed to be doing. We read that, but go ahead.
And it came to pass that when they had done the circumcising, all the people that they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole.
Until they was healed thoroughly, right?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do nothing till you heal, man.
Whole lot of ice packs going around.
Man, what you said? Until they was whole, till they was well. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto Yehoshua, this day have I rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you.
Yes, sir.
Wherefore the name of this place is called Gilgal unto this day. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at even in the plains of Jericho.
So they did. They kept the ordinances, right?
Mm-hmm.
14th day at even. But go ahead and read.
And they did eat of the old corn of the land
Mm-hmm.
on the morrow after the Passover,
Mm-hmm.
unleavened cakes and parched corn in the self same day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass when Jehoshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man. Woo, woo, woo. There stood a man
Yes, sir.
with his sword in his hand.
Uh-oh, hey, that's not good, ain't it, bro?
And Yehoshua went unto him and said unto him,
What did he say?
Art thou for us or for our adversary?
Mm.
And he said, Nay, but as the captain of the host of the Lord,
Yes, sir.
Yeshua Zabaoth,
Mm-hmm.
am I now come? And Yehoshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship and said unto him, What said my master unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Yehoshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Yehoshua did so.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Now that's being
Hallelujah.
obedient right there, boy.
Hallelujah.
Let's go to 2nd Chronicles. Let's go to 2nd Chronicles. We got a few more, y'all. Then we're gonna be out of here. 2nd Chronicles. And we're gonna pick this up at chapter 30.
Mm-hmm.
Tell folks, the next time they say, hey, man, man, you don't supposed to be keeping that. Prove it.
That's right. That's right.
Don't let them walk away. Don't let her walk away. Make them prove themselves. Y'all be playing with these people. Let them come to me with that food. If I got to duct tape them suckers down with this book in front of them, they gonna play it.
I am all these.
I drew you before the Most High displaying this junk sucker.
Uh-oh.
And you know you in some trouble.
Yes, sir.
2nd Chronicles chapter 30 and pick it up at 21. Go ahead, my brother.
And the children of Israel
Mm-hmm.
that were present at Jerusalem kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with great gladness.
Oh no, they were sorrowful and just broken hearted.
With great gladness.
Mm-hmm.
And the Levites and the priests praise Yahweh
Yes, sir.
day by day, singing with loud instruments unto Yahweh.
So now y'all see why we be loud all the time, don't we?
Mhm.
Especially when we feasted and celebrating that.
Yeah.
Y'all were loud a little while ago
Yeah.
when y'all were feasting and eating, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all supposed to be a little loud now, ain't it?
Yes,
But
sir.
not that loud
Yeah.
though. But go ahead, brother.
And Hezekiah spake comfortably
Uh-huh.
unto all the Levites that taught the good knowledge of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And they did eat throughout the feast 7 days, offering peace offerings
Mm-hmm.
and making confession unto Yahweh Elohim of their father.
Now we know that we're supposed to have a holy convocation on the first day, holy convocation on the 7th day, but we feasted for all 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
I know we don't do that because people, times out, but some people can afford to do that.
Yep.
Feasting and just having fun for 7 days. I think we can pull this off, y'all.
Okay.
Once we get our own spot, and we working on that, once we get our own play out, we can pull that off.
Yep.
But go ahead, what verse?
That was it, brother.
Oh, we knocked that out?
You said 21, 22.
Yes, sir.
That was it.
Okay, hallelujah. Let's flip on
Hallelujah.
over to 2nd Chronicles 35. 2nd Chronicles 35. We got 4 more after this. Give y'all some hope. But we got some good eating though in them
Yes, sir.
last 4.
Hallelujah.
All praise.
2nd Chronicles chapter 35, verse 1. What did it say?
Moreover, Hosea
Mm-hmm.
kept a Passover unto Yahweh in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
And they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month.
Mm-hmm.
And he set the priests in their charges and encouraged them to the service of the house of Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
and said unto the Levites that taught all of Israel, which were holy unto Yahweh, put the holy ark in the house of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, did build. Build it. It shall not be a burden upon your shoulders. Serve now Yahweh your Elohim and his people Israel.
So they got to walk around with this ark on their shoulders all the time. Now they get a chance to enjoy the feast, right? But go ahead.
And prepare yourselves by the houses of your fathers after your courses, according to the writing of David, the king of Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and according to the writing of Solomon, his son, and stand in the holy place according to the divisions of the families of the fathers of your brethren,
Mm-hmm.
the people, and after the divisions of the families of the Levites.
Yes, sir.
So kill the Passover and sanctify yourselves and prepare your brethren, that they may do according to the word of Yahweh by the hand of Moshe.
Mm-hmm.
And Hosea gave to the people of the flock lambs and kids, all for the Passover offerings, and all that were present to the number of 30,000 and 3,000 bullocks. These were the king's substance.
So if you gonna cook all this food and offer it up, somebody got to eat this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he said you got to gather yourselves together. When you gather yourselves together, this is what you do. You're gonna do some feasting. Now we don't do the offering, we don't do the sacrifices,
Right.
sprinkling the blood and everything, but we do come together, right?
That's right.
But go ahead and read.
And his princes gave willingly unto the people, to Jehiel, rulers of the house of Yah, gave unto the priests for the Passover offerings 2,600 small cattle and 300 oxen. Konahiah also, Shemaiah, and Nathaniel, his brethren, and Habasha, and Jael, and Josabad, chief of the Levites, gave unto the Levites for Passover offering 5,000 small cattle and 500 oxen.
Boy, who he cooking? Man, what are you cooking all this stuff for?
Yes, sir.
And then Joe will tell you can't even eat meat.
Yes, sir.
Who gonna eat this right here? Somebody got to get rid of this stuff.
They got too many hormones in it, bro.
Huh?
And the smell from this meat going up to your house for a sweet savor.
Yeah.
He accepted.
Right, come on now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's your do.
That's crazy.
Cause folks gonna come to you and say, well, you know what? They'll try to take you back into the garden and telling you, well, you know, we're vegetarian. Well, they also you can kill a whole lot in the garden of Eden. But I digress because I'm about to go somewhere. But go ahead, bro. What verse?
We had verse 10.
Go ahead and read.
So the service was prepared, and the priests stood in their place,
Mm-hmm.
and the Levites in their courses, according to the king's command. And they killed the Passover, and the priests sprinkled the blood from their hands, and the Levites flayed them.
Mm-hmm.
And they removed the burnt offerings that they might give according to the divisions of the families of the people, to offer unto Yahweh as it is written in the book of Moshe, and so did they with the oxen. And they roasted the Passover with fire according to the ordinance.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to read that again. According to the ordinance.
Ordinance, right?
But the other holy offerings saw they in pots and in cauldrons and in pans, and divided them speedily among all the people.
So we know that, you know, he said they roasted the Passover, but the other offerings, you can do whatever you want to do with that.
Side.
There you go.
Potato salad. Potato salad, deviled eggs, and everything. Strawberry shortcake. Y'all bring it on in there.
Look at you. In other words, you do what you want to do with your offering.
Right.
But when you offer me, you better offer it by fire.
That's right.
That's what I want. Now you do your offering how you gonna do it. Side it or whatever you gonna do with it. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and read.
Verse 14. And afterwards they made ready for themselves and for the priests, because the priests of the sons of Aaron were busied in offerings of burnt offerings, and the fat until night. We were barbecuing all night.
So they were busy working.
Yeah.
So you Ain't no slothful jokers, huh?
No, oh no.
Man, I'm just
All that old
tired.
halfway coming, putting your hand to the plow and all that.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna read this week. I'm gonna read next week.
Where?
I ain't got no lesson ready.
I'm gonna take the break.
Come on now.
I'm gonna take me a break, man.
I ain't cooking nothing.
Time out.
When I ask you to do nothing, 'cause I ain't cooking nothing.
Hey man, they were busy they were busy. Until what?
Until night.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore the Levites prepared for themselves and for the priests, the sons of Aaron.
So they were busy prepared for the people first. These are servants. That's what a servant's supposed to do.
That's right, Hebrew.
Like I said, the last lesson, you know how you Joe would get the pack. Come on, Pastor, get your plate. Pastor's supposed to be out here working.
Thank you.
Huh?
What they got?
Tell them we'll deal with it at the end of the lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to get through the lesson, then we'll deal with that in the end.
Okay.
I'm not even looking at the year, but we'll deal with that. And if it's dealing with the moon, we'll deal with that. Go ahead and read, bro.
Verse 15.
Go ahead.
And the singers of the sons of Asaph were in their place. Were you quiet? According to the command of David, and Asaph and Heman, and Jonathan, the king's seer, and the porters waited at every gate. Head first security was on site too, wasn't it?
Man, everybody was ready.
Porters waited at every gate that they may not depart from their service. Don't nobody leave.
Yeah.
Don't nobody go nowhere.
Yeah.
Sit your butts down.
Yes, sir.
Everybody stay in the house. For their brethren, the Levites prepared for them.
Everybody had a job to do.
Yeah.
The porters weren't worried about sacrificing the food, right?
Come on now.
And the ones who doing the sacrificing weren't worried about the porters.
That's right.
And you know what I'm saying, brother Charles?
I mean.
The porters weren't worried about singing,
No.
and the singers weren't worried about the porters.
That's right, bro.
Everybody was in their place. Go ahead and read.
Verse 16.
Read.
So all the service of Yahweh was prepared prepared the same day
Yes, sir.
to keep the Passover and to offer burnt offerings upon the altar of Yahweh, according to the commandment of King Hosea.
Yes, sir.
And the children of Israel that were present kept the Passover at that time and the feast of unleavened bread 7 days.
7 days again, people. Not 8 days. Not Passover. Take a break and then go back to eating unleavened bread again. It's not. You can't read that in the book.
All right.
You can even read that in the comic book.
Nope.
All right.
Go ahead and read.
Verse 18.
Yes, sir.
And there was no Passover like to that kept in Israel from the days of Samuel the prophet. Neither did all the kings of Israel keep such a Passover as Hosea kept.
Yes, sir.
And the priests and the Levites and all of Yehudah and Israel that were present, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem in the 18th year of the reign of Hosea was this Passover kept.
Hey, man. Did nobody keep a Passover like Josiah? Let's go into the Apocrypha. Let's go into that red book. Let's go into the spooky book. I'm gonna stop calling that, man. Let's go into the Apocrypha, man. It's part of it. I think I'm gonna drop that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go into a book that a lot of brothers and sisters don't want to read.
Right.
Right.
You're mocking, brother. You're mocking.
Let's go there. I'm gonna share this with the family. Let's go in there and we're gonna read First Ezra.
Yeah.
We're going to First Ezra because it's going to use another name for unleavened bread. First Ezra, we're going to read verses 1 through 23.
All right. Same account, different book.
Hold on, let me drop this down. Let me move this out the room. Let me take this and hide this so they'll be able to see what we're reading. Hallelujah. All right.
Y'all want to go back and precept that with what we just read in that Second Chronicles 35. It's the same account, it's just different account written by Ezra. So if y'all want to precept that, y'all can.
All righty. First Ezra chapter 1, we'll read verses 1 through 23, and we got 3 more spots after this.
All right.
Get it? You get it, brother? Go ahead and read.
And Hosea held the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem unto his master, and offered the Passover the 14th day of the first month. having set the priests according to their daily courses, being arrayed in long garments in the temple of Yahweh.
That's why you see a lot of these brothers out here street teaching. They got these long garments and everything, you know, as if, you know, they the priests.
They don't know what they are.
You know what I'm saying? So if you saying that you wearing these priestly garments and everything, you said you Levite, right?
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and read.
And he spake unto the Levites, the holy ministers of Israel, that they should hallow themselves unto Yahweh, to set the holy ark of the Lord in the house that King Solomon, the son of David, had built.
Now we read that, right? In the
Mhm.
Chronicles, right? So we would know his stuff lining up, right? Go ahead and read.
And said, you shall no more bear the ark upon your shoulders.
Mhm.
Now therefore serve Yahweh your power and minister unto his people Israel, and prepare you after your families and kindreds.
Yes, sir.
According as David, the king of Israel, prescribed, and according to the magnificence of Solomon his son, and standing in the temple according to the several dignity of the families of you, the Levites, who minister in the presence of your brethren, the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Offer the Passover in order, and make ready the sacrifices for your brethren, and keep the Passover according to the commandment of Yahweh, which was given unto Moshe.
That's right.
And unto the people that was found there, Osias gave 30,000 lambs and kids, and 3,000 calves. These things were given of the king's allowance, according as he promised to the people, to the priests, and to the Levites.
Mm-hmm.
Hezekiah, Zechariah, and Silas, the governors of the temple, gave to the priests for the Passover 2,600 sheep, 300 calves, and Jeconiah and Semias, and Nathaniel his brother, Asabas and Ochiel, and Jehoram, captains over thousands, gave to the Levites for the Passover 5,000 sheep and 700 calves.
So this line up with 2 Chronicles, right?
Yes,
Go ahead
right.
and read.
And when these things were done, the priests and Levites, having unleavened bread, stood in every comely order according to the kindreds, and according to the several dignities of the father before the people, to offer to Yahweh, as it is written in the book of Moshe. And thus they did in the morning, and they roasted the Passover with fire as appertaining. As for the sacrifices, they sawed them in brass pots and pans with a good savor.
Good
and
savor.
Seasoning
Yes,
going
sir.
on.
They had it well seasoned.
And set them before all the people. And afterward they prepared for themselves and for the priests, their brethren, the sons of Aaron.
That's right, because they, like I said in the Chronicles, hey, they cooked for the people first. They served the people. Then they prepared for themselves.
That's right.
That's what a servant would do. But go ahead.
For the priests offered the fat until night, and the Levites prepared for themselves, and the priests, their brethren, the sons of Aaron, holy singers, the sons of Asaph, were in their order, according to the appointments of David, to wit, Asaph, Zechariah, Jonathan, who was the king's retinue. Moreover, the porters were at every gate. It was not lawful for any to go from his ordinary service, for their brethren, the Levites, prepared for them. Thus were the things that belong to the sacrifices of Yahweh accomplished in that day.
Yes, sir.
That they might hold the Passover and offer sacrifices upon the altar of Yahweh according to the commandment of King Hosea.
Yes, sir.
So the children of Israel which were present held the Passover at that time, and the feast of sweet bread 7 days.
Oh, the feast of sweet bread, because we had the elder make a joke out of that.
So deep.
So sweet bread, unleavened bread. You know what?
Had to get at it.
A little homework. Go look up unleavened bread in your
Thank
Blue
you,
Letter
bro.
Bible Dictionary.
That's all
They're
you
gonna
gotta
show
do.
sweetness. I would show it, but we pressed for a little time.
It's on Blue Letter. You can go to Blue Letter and look it up in the 66. Look up unleavened bread in the 66 in the Blue Letter, and it's gonna say sweet bread.
Let's look at it.
So he made himself look kind of, silly doing that, being an elder of 40 years. That's all it is, bro. See, you step out there, people keep forgetting. When you step out there and say something on video, it's out there for everybody to critique. And people get mad because you check somebody who say he's been doing it for so long, but you stepped out there and said that and put that on video, bro.
Now I'm pulling this up.
Pull up Unleavened Bread and then go to the concordance and see what it called.
There it is right here, brother.
Wait, what did it say, Hebrew?
It says right here, unleavened bread, cakes without leaven, matzah, in the sense of greedily devoured for sweetness.
For what?
Sweetness.
Oh, okay.
Properly sweetness, concretely sweet.
Okay.
And that's what we read right
But he
here.
said he been studying 40 years.
That's right.
40 long.
Because no leaven was used.
See, you got to be careful when you step out there. He said, when I seen that, I just shut this book up and threw it in the trash. For what?
Throw us in the trash.
For what? Because you came across something in your 40 years that you didn't understand?
But see, here's the thing, people. But check this out, y'all. That's a learned behavior because what the student's doing now.
Right? Throwing it in the trash.
The students can't understand what's written in this book and what the student make mockery of it and trash.
And so when I stepped out there and got on everybody that was on Facebook that was bagging them up, all I heard was cricket. You remember that? All I heard was, I said, now what y'all gonna go tell y'all past that? All I heard was cricket.
You say that?
And guess what? I ain't heard no more jokes about sweetbread no more. That was 2 years ago. Yeah, I ain't heard no more cricket. No, it was that sweetbread. Okay.
Most high didn't block it.
Yeah, he showed did.
So the thing is, let's stop being on defense all the time. Let's get on offense. Let them prove that this apocryphal. They tried to.
Right.
So we established, hey, sweet bread and unleavened bread, same thing for you.
Yes,
Passover and unleavened bread is the same thing. But go ahead and read. What verse?
That was it, bro. Did you want to go to 19?
We wanted to go to 23.
Oh, well, I closed my book up. Hold on.
No, you can
I
go
got
to
hyped up in here.
sir.
That's all right.
Put that sword up.
Yes, sir. I got to put it back in my sheath, brother.
Yes, sir.
My bad. Verse 20.
Go ahead.
And such a Passover was not kept in Israel since the time of the prophet Samuel. Yeah, all the kings of Israel held not such a Passover as Hosea and the priests and the Levites and the Jews and Yahudim held with all Israel that were found dwelling in Jerusalem.
All the people came together, people. You can't do this thing by yourself.
come on.
You got to come together on these feast days. And you shouldn't show up empty. Men, talk to the men now.
Oh, yeah.
He said you shouldn't show up empty. Who all you bring? Everybody in your household, you got to show up. All males got to show up. Go ahead and read.
In the 18th year of the reign of Hosea was this Passover kept. And the works of Hosea were upright before Yahweh with an heart full of godliness.
Now, I'm going to deal with another lesson because he did all that goodness. But he messed up after he did all that, people. And he got himself killed, people.
Yes,
Doing something he had no business. You know, just sometimes you do something real good, somebody pat you on the back, you get all puffed up, and you think you all that, and then you think you untouchable. That's right. Don't touch that. If you want to touch it anyway. Like, Moses lost his patience with the folks. Josiah did something he shouldn't have had his nose in. But anyway, I digress. Let's go to we got two more after this. Let's go to, we're done with that.
Oh, take your time, huh? We got plenty of time. You look good on time, by the way.
Yeah, I'm looking good. Hallelujah.
All right.
Y'all get,
Hebrew.
let's go to Matthew chapter 26. So y'all want to keep y'all on. Matthew chapter 26, 2 verses. I'm just laying the groundwork. We're just dealing with the ordinances and letting you know you have to keep this thing. Let's look in. Let's go to the new book. Everybody say, you know what? Y'all reading that old book? Okay, let's go to the new. Let's go to the new and see if those Christians, like they say. I'm a New Testament Christian. Let's see if the New Testament Christians or the Yahudim, like we like to say. That's exactly who they are. The Yahudims, and let's see if they were keeping the Passover or the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Either or. When you get to my brother, Matthew 26, verse 17, what it say?
Now, the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came, Yeshua saying unto him, where wert thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to such a man, and say unto him, the master saith, my time is at hand. I will keep the Pesach at thy house with my disciples.
Now, this particular deal, this verse right here, these two verses right here is basically dealing with Messiah being the Passover. So you mean to tell me in the Old Testament they keeping it in the New? Why would these disciples or these Christians, I'm talking to our Christian families, and you know what I'm saying? Why would they keep the Passover? If the New Testament Christian, and I'm talking to
Christ
people or Christ followers, keeping the Passover, why aren't those people who call themselves Sunday worshipers keeping Passover?
That's right, brother.
Let's go a little farther. Let's go to Luke chapter 22 and look at it again. We know that Messiah is the one, it's the sacrifice lamb, right? We're going to get into the spiritual part of that. So, for that right now, I just want to hit a little New Testament. I don't even like to call it New Testament. This is going to the letters or the epistles.
Right.
I ain't gonna let the heathens trick me. Luke chapter 22, 1-8. What did it say?
Now the feast of unleavened bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover.
So we already established that, right?
Mhm.
Go ahead and read.
And the chief priests and the scribes saw how they might kill him, for they feared the people.
So we know, like I said, man, that's why we go these. We was going over these different lessons, getting your mind right for this Passover. But these jokers that around the Passover with this stuff on their mind, that they gonna kill the Messiah. You know, like you get into these big old huge assemblies, whatever. There's somebody in there don't like you. You know you've been feuding with somebody in there. They want to kill you on the Passover.
That's right.
They see you, the first thing come to mind. How to go there? Yeah. But go ahead.
Then Hashatan of Satan entered. Then entered Hashatan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot, being of the number of the 12. And he went his way and communed with the chief priests and captains, how he might betray him unto them. And they were glad and coveted it to give him money. And he promised and sought opportunity to betray him unto them in the absence of the multitude. Then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed.
We know that on the 14th day in the evening, because Messiah was killed what? He was with his disciples, right? When he was handed over on what?
That's right, brother.
14th day.
That's right.
He said, man, then came the day of unleavened bread on the 14th day in the evening, when the Passover must be killed on the 14th day in the evening. Go ahead and read.
Then sent Kepha and Yehukanan, saying, go and prepare us the Passover that we may eat.
Hey, they are keeping the Passover in the so-called New Testament, people.
Come on, bro.
Last place. And this is going to go into part 2. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. And I want to read this here. And these brothers are going to take care of this on the Passover. I didn't want to read this here, man, because a lot of people taking this Passover. And they should be taking this Passover.
Can I read 26 too, bro?
Yes, sir. You want to start at 26?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get there. 1 Corinthians, we're going to start at 26. Let me change that in there. We could do that, can't we?
Yes, sir.
What? There we go.
All right.
1 Corinthians chapter 11. We're going to pick it up at verse 26 through 30. When you get it, brother, go ahead.
For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahweh unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of Yeshua. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself.
That's right.
Not discerning Yeshua's body. For this cause, many are weak and sickly among you, and many are dead.
That's right. So, brothers and sisters, that's the ordinances we just want to go over. We're going to get into the spiritual Most High willing next Friday night. And think about that. Don't take that Passover. And you know you got some business you got to take care of. That's including us too. You know what I'm saying? If you know you ain't been doing what you're supposed to been doing, you know you got to all with your brothers and sisters. Hey, y'all got to clean that up.
That's right, brother.
Don't be looking around the room hating like Satan and all that. You can't do that. I mean, this serious business here. We just read that. A lot of them got themselves sick.
That's right, brother. A lot of people think this for play. We were just talking about this before class. I don't know who people been reading about or hearing about. This guy ain't nothing to be played with. He gonna kill you forever if you don't get this right. We need to stop playing and understand who we dealing with. Reading this morning, he gonna start taking little kids in the end and he gonna smash them against the rocks.
Right.
Little kids, he gonna take and smash against the rocks. What you think he gonna do to you, Mr. Grown Man, Mr. Grown Woman? You playing with him. Y'all better stop playing with this guy.
That's right.
He ain't nothing to be played with. Well, God wouldn't do that. Y'all better stop playing with this guy, man. He ain't nothing to be played with.
That's
so
right.
before y'all take this Passover tomorrow night, some of y'all might want to take a pass on the Passover.
That's right.
For real, for real. Or do some soul searching and come back next year. Because we just read what it is. Many are sick, many of them are dead.
That's right.
Because they took of it unworthily. Might want to take a pass this year. Or get this thing together before tomorrow night.
That's right. Brother, you said we had something, someone asked a question?
Yeah, this is coming from Davern in on the chat.
Oh, that's Davin, Brother Davin.
Yeah, brother Davern. Yeah. He said, thanks for clearing up the misunderstanding of how to keep the Passover unleavened bread. Now we need to clear up the leap month, AR2.
Oh, yeah. So let me do this. Let me go back and refresh myself with the Enoch that deals with that part of Enoch that deals with that. Because there are some intercalendary days that we have to account for, that we have to go back and look at. Now, there's another thing that we got to deal with. We got to deal with which calendar, because there's some different calendars out there. We tend to go with the Hillel calendar because it sticks closely what's coming out of the law that's coming out of Jerusalem. So give me to next weekend, and I'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. Me and the brothers will get together, come together on the council. We'll look at it, the Hillel calendar and the intercalendary days, and we'll get back to you on that, Hebrew. But we should have your answer by the end of next week, if you allow us to do that.
Right. And then that's another thing too. You know, you have I know we look at a lot of different classes, man, and some people have done their Passover 2 or 3 days ago. Some people doing Passover tonight. We doing ours tomorrow night, according to the app that we use, which is close what they use in Jerusalem over there. So certain people uses different apps.
And let me say, Hebrew, not so much that we depend on the app. We
Right.
know that they use the Hillel calendar. We know that the app is based on that.
Right.
I want to clear that up. I don't think they're using apps. Well, this is the reason why we use the app, bro.
Right, but see, they use something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You show me what you using. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying I'm starting to build. Show me what app you use. You know, it's not to get into a debate or anything. If you question us now, I have a question for you. What are you using? Let's put everything on the table. let's put everything on the table.
Spotlight on you.
Well, the thing is, put what you get your stuff from. That's all we got to do. Listen, well, this is what I got. Yeah, say so. Let's figure this thing out. I'm willing to look at it because you gonna get that debate going on, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't get the debate.
This Dabber used to.
That's Dabber.
Oh, okay. No,
That's
no,
right
no.
there.
I was just reading the comments.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
right there.
okay, all praise. What's up, boy?
Yeah.
No, you open the wrong class. Yeah.
But Dabber.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Here's the thing. Like you said, different people use certain things. So with that one, I'm gonna tell you something I would love to see. And I know just like some classes I look at, they doing this next month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, like I said, man, when we look at different classes, I'm just eating the meat and spitting out the bone. But the point is, people using different resources. The reason why they doing something. Let's put everything on the table.
Exactly.
Let's put everything on. Okay, what do you? How do you end up with this day? How do we end up with that day? We know it's 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's not 8 days. So where do you get your 7 day where you beginning the months from?
We got to go back
Your
to the
time.
scriptures too, man.
We got to go back to the scriptures, and then, like you said, man.
That's why I said we got to go back. We got to get back to what we used to do. People, and see, we got a bad stigma about stargazing. We know that we can't worship the stars, but He gave the stars to us for what? For counting. Moon, sun, for months, days, and years. Correct. So He said He gave the stargazing us, or the star worshiping, or the understanding of the stars to the heathen nation. You go read that in Deuteronomy 24. But He gave all that to us too. How did Abraham know what he did?
Mm-hmm.
How did Benjamin know how to find his brother? That was the GPS that he used. Exactly. He said, "Don't worship him," but we got to get back to all the old way of doing things, bro.
Right.
Because not that people always trying to get nigga using that, but bro, we scriptures too. This is why we use the app.
Right.
So we got to get back to the scriptures too, man. So, exactly, bro.
Right. Because they're gonna cover all kind of stuff. Like I said, prove what you got.
Exactly.
And put it on the table, and then we'll just look at it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's how the elders come together.
That's right, Hebrew.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, the whole point is, whether you kept it 2 days ago, whether you keep it tonight or tomorrow night or next month, what mindset are you in when you keeping it? You understand?
That's right.
That's what that Colossians come in. Don't let no man judge you. Well,
that's right, Hebrew.
Hey, what mindset you in when you're doing this thing?
We want to try to get it right as close as we can get it right, but then that Colossians 2:16, we in captivity, man.
Right.
Come on, bro.
And then
we trying to rehearse righteous acts.
I'm just trying to rehearse, man. Then number 2.
Rehearse. This is rehearsal.
So when
a good thing to come.
Right. And I'm trying to leave my mind over so when Hamashiach come back, I won't be arguing with him, telling him when his day is. So when he come back and tell everybody, then I won't be stuck there like a butt trying to argue with him.
Yeah.
See, you been gone too long. Man,
I want to see how that work out for somebody.
You been gone too long.
You been gone 2,000 years.
Ain't it gonna happen, man? But anyway, brothers and sisters,
I don't think he lost count.
Right. But anyway, brothers and sisters, that's the lesson. Part 1, the ordinances of unleavened bread.
Hallelujah. All praise.
We got I'm gonna shout a few people out online. We got Brother Davern.
What's up, my brother?
That's Deshaun Evans, Shalom Hebrew. Sister Francesca Ford is in the building. Sister Ira Ford was in the building. Shaquita Nevitt. Howard Brown.
What up, Hebrew?
Howard Brown.
Yeah,
James
now you gonna
Ford
slide
was
up
in
in
the
this
building.
joint. Watch your hair, brother.
Hey y'all. Hey y'all, we about to put the young lion outside the door because he's climbing in the class. Linda Ricks in the building.
What up, family?
LJ in the building.
What's up, family? Yeah, we gonna get one of the porters over there, get him out of here.
Yes, sir. KW in the building. Lisa Israel in the house. Zone 777 in the building.
Going zone.
That's right. And those who on Facebook, I can't see.
Yeah, we got 2 on Facebook. We got the Cuzzo. Hey, man, when you gonna come to one of these feasts, bro? You stand over in Arkansas like you can't come across that bridge.
Oh, my.
Albert Holman's in the building. And we got Anthony Judah in the building. That's all we got on Facebook.
We got Uriah, a house of Belu.
Uh-huh. What's going on, Sid?
That's right. Anyway, that's all I have, my brother. You have anything?
No, man, like I say, you just want to have your minds for tomorrow. That's all.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll do the pay sock tomorrow, and we go right into the sweet.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it. Brother, get it on now. He said they ain't gonna be able to handle us tonight. Now I ain't gonna get up. Hey, tomorrow morning,
Right.
we are going to go to the venue. Everybody has the address. If you don't have the address, go to the YouTube.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Facebook.
On Facebook. We're gonna be there tomorrow. We'll be tomorrow. What time? 9 o'clock. If anyone wants to come back up,
just going in there setting up. Yeah. But we got access the first time we had access this early. We want to go in there, me and the brother talk. We just want to go in there and get everything set up, have it all the rack now. So when we come, we just putting the food in. Hey, we dead off in.
right.
Dead off in.
That's all we want to do. We won't be rushing in, trying to get everything set up. Y'all leave your hand clean up.
Yeah.
Y'all help us out. So, take care of.
Yeah. 45.
About 6.
So there about 6 o'clock, and then the sun. Whether you bring your food, 6 o'clock, so we need to Passover. We're going to Passover before 5. I think we do. I know you got. I know you got matzahs. We should have plenty of those. Should have plenty. We ain't gonna take but a bite off the cracker, pass it on and keep it moving. Anything else, my brother?
Brandon Sproul, Sprout.
Equal Paul State. We'll deal with it. I know he just get out there, bro. We need to I wouldn't afford the first money.
Yeah.
Right. The first new like 2 hours a night, 12 hours a day. What you say?
Right. But anyway, you want to close out or?
Yeah, we're gonna read it. We're gonna close out like we normally do.
Okay, let's close out, y'all.
All right.
Let's close out. What's that? Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes 12, bro.
Ecclesiastes 12.
I got it.
Okay.
This my brother.
All right, I'm ready.
Let us hear Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the mighty Yah. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat?
Yes, right.
Hey, look. I think it's Jubilee.
What up now? Big Rob?
It is, but see,
An hour 30. Oh, good. Hour 30.
you make it
I told you, I said, man, you got to have 5 hours 30 minutes.